moving on to our sway bar links now. We're going to need the links. We're going to need 4 of our rod ends, and we also need 4 of our short pillow balls. So these ones have the shorter thread. You're also going to need 4 of your M3x3 grub screws and 4 of the M3x4 grub screws. So M3x3, M3x4. So go ahead, and we're going to screw the pillow ball directly into the tie rod end. And we've been given an overall length of 25.6 to start with. So that's 26.1. I'm going to suggest that it just is basically flush. Yeah. So just take those all the way in and just snug them up to the end of the plastic on the rod end, or ball cup end, whatever you want to call it. Double check this one. Yeah, 25.5. Close enough. We'll tweak the sway bar anyway. These little ball ends will allow us to actually tweak the sway bar. That'll come in another video. We'll talk more about setup and going over the basics of the car to make sure that everything's functioning as it should. There's lots of aspects to making one of these cars get around the track half decent. So once you've got all 4 of those done, basically just move them to the side for the moment. Now we're also going to need our collars, the bearings. This particular car has a nice little bearing mounted sway bar to really reduce any kind of friction. A lot of cars just run a bush, plastic bush. So this actually has little bearings and collars that the sway bar passes through and can pivot on. Pretty cool. So what we've got to do now is put in our M3x4 grub screws into our plastic rod end. So we don't want to go all the way through on these. We're just going to get them started, because what's going to end up happening is the actual sway bar will end up coming through, mounting into this rod end, and then this grub screw will be what actually locks it down and secures it. So just get those started. So that's the longer of the grub screws, the M3x4mm. Then we can also just put the M3x3 into our bearing collars. Again, we're not looking to tighten these up just yet, so just put them in loose-ish, not so loose that they fall out and end up on the ground. Alright, now we can go ahead and actually click our rod ends onto the vehicle. So only one option on the front, so we'll just snap this together, and then it goes on the rear of the front arm, just mounting it to this point here. Hopefully you can see that on the camera. Just just here. So it just clicks into position like so. The same on the other side. Just click that in there. Spin the car around on the rear now. So I believe that we're using the outer position on the rear arm, so we've got two choices here. We're going to use the outer position. Again, this is the first time I've actually built up one of these cars, or this particular brand. It is a little new to me, but the build process for any car, no matter what the brand is, very similar in principle anyway.